Welcome back to another exciting episode of Baker Dave Presents. Once again, we're here in the Morgan Hall Kitchens at Temple University. This is the residence hall, and it's a working kitchen, so there's noises. There's people who might walk by. You're going to hear some things. Today, I have a very special, this guest is special to me because today I brought my daughter in, and she's going to help us make monkey bread, coming right up. Today, I'm welcoming my daughter, Melody.
Hello.
I was supposed to be doing a little handshake there.
I don't. Okay.
I always do it. I don't know why.
Okay.
So what are we making today?
We are going to make monkey bread.
Monkey bread.
It is my favorite food, like ever.
Yeah, I actually know that because I'm your father. So I know all about your favorite monkey bread food. So why monkey bread? What's the first time, do you remember your first monkey bread experience?
I ate it at Peace's house.
Peace's house. Do you know how she got her name?
No, not really.
Okay, so Peace, for those who don't know out there, that's Melody's grandmother. That was my mother-in-law. Before you were born, probably, your cousin, Erin, she was super little. She's still pretty little, but she was super little then. And she would go to church with Peace, and her favorite part of church was, because we're Catholic, would be the sign of where you give everybody peace sign. You're shaking her hand, peace be with you, blah, blah, blah. And she just started calling her Peace. Like she thought that was because she associated that with her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everybody called her Peace.
All right.
Fascinating, right?
Definitely.
All right, so why don't we get into the monkey bread?
Okay.
So normally you use canned biscuits, don't you?
Yeah, it's easier to use canned biscuits because they're like
We
already
don't
there.
own canned biscuits.
Oh,
So we're gonna make biscuits.
okay.
So I'm gonna help you with this part.
That's good. I've never made biscuits from
Okay,
scratch.
so we're gonna, exactly, so that'll be fun for you, right? We got 3.5 cups of flour. It's shocking you've never made biscuits from scratch. I mean, you're the daughter of a baker, right? You'd think that would have came up at some point.
Yeah, well.
We should really stop buying biscuits. We should totally be making them from scratch all the time. You're starting to make me look bad. So we added in there 1/2 cup of sugar, and we added 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, because biscuits always have baking powder. And then we have 1.5 sticks of butter. And this is where it gets fun. You have to break that all up. Yeah, just get your hands in there. Yeah, get your hands in there. You're going to see it's going to start breaking the butter into little pieces. That's what you want. You want pieces of fat that are going to be kind of floating around in this.
Okay.
Now, monkey bread can be made both with biscuits, which is the easiest way to do it, and that's because I like to actually eat them relatively soon after I've made them. Or I've also seen people make them with a sweet dough, and it's more like a sticky bun at that point. But the problem with that is you have to let it rise, and I don't feel like waiting like 1.5 hours to let it rise.
Yeah.
I feel like when I want monkey bread, it's usually in the morning, and I usually want it right now with a big cup of coffee. You
Sounds
probably don't drink the coffee
I
with yours.
don't drink coffee.
No.
Coffee is not good.
Well, someday you might be drinking coffee. A lot of college kids drink coffee. That's when you kind of pick it up. One of the things I'm going to do on the side here while you're doing that, you see these beautiful little like pea-sized pieces there? That's the fat. That's a good thing. That means you got a little bit of fat in there, and they're about pea-sized. You're probably about done with that part, actually.
Okay.
You actually did a great job.
Actually.
I mean, you did a fantastic job. Of course you did you always do a fantastic job. We're going to use buttermilk for the biscuits, but we don't have buttermilk here, so we're going to add some lemon juice to our milk. And that'll help, the acid in the lemon juice is going to help it curdle. So it's going to give it what you need for the buttermilk part of it. So the acid, the reason you have that in buttermilk biscuits is because it helps the baking powder to react. So it gives you that, it helps with the rise. The acid helps make everything do its thing, and it gives that nice little tang. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're going to mix all of this together. So what's your big plans in your life? I know
In my
you're 15, so I know you have your whole life mapped
definitely.
out. What, where are you going? Where are you going to be when you're 25?
I'm 25.
Are you going to have a different color hair then?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably pink.
Pink
Or
when you're
continue-
25.
or continuing with
This will be
purple.
great because see, we're going to talk about all this cool stuff, and then when you are 25, you can look back on it and either be like, I totally knew what I was doing,
Right?
or you'd be like, I can't believe I said that. This is ridiculous. Why would I even think I'd be doing that at 25?
Probably both.
So that's why it's going to be fun to look back later. So you're 25, you're wearing pink hair. Where are you living?
In a city. I don't know
So
where.
not
but
in the
a
country.
city.
So like an actual like Philadelphia city, right?
Yeah.
Like where all the
Well,
people
in
are.
the country. Oh.
I meant like a city, like a lot of people, not
right,
not
yes,
suburbs.
Not like the countryside, not the suburbs.
Exactly. So now we've got a beautiful biscuit here. You made a little bit of a mess with your hands.
Well,
That's okay.
we can work with that later.
Yeah, here, wipe some of that off.
I don't think I can.
It's like you're 4 again, and I'm cleaning you up. How cute, huh?
We could have just worked with this. And, all right.
You just made it worse. It's totally what everybody wanted to see was me cleaning my daughter up. That's cool. Okay, so it's good enough for now. We're gonna roll little balls. We're gonna roll little balls and put them in butter and then into cinnamon sugar. So you're 25.
Okay. Back to
I'm
this.
fascinated with this. I really want to know where you're going to
my
be when you're
God.
25. I think this is fantastic.
Ooh. Okay. I don't really know. Where are you doing? Like, are you still in college when you're 25?
You can be. I think it's great that you have no idea, but you can be. I mean, there's people that are in college. I know my brother, he was in college for a long time. He's got a PhD, though. So it all depends
Not
on.
going for a PhD.
Are you sure? Maybe you'll change your mind.
I'm pretty sure.
What do you think you're going to college for? It's good it's good to know you're planning on going to college.
Well, I want to go for like advertising or filming.
Oh, well, this is fun, isn't it?
It is.
It's kind of that whole
good.
thing, right?
Well, that's what I want to go to college for now.
And that's why you want to be in a big city, because you probably have less advertising / filming opportunities in the middle of nowhere.
True.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so I know there wasn't a lot of advertising or filming opportunities. I'm not going to lie.
I mean,
We didn't even have a
You
TV
could
station.
have filmed anything. What do you mean?
We got-
What?
Yeah, we didn't have a TV station growing up. Like in the thriving metropolis of Findlay, Ohio,
Oh yes.
there was there was no TV. There was when I left. They had finally gotten a TV station.
When you left. Maybe it was you.
Maybe they were waiting. They were like, we don't need TV.
Yeah, no.
Dave's gone. Let's get some TV.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've buttered them. This is a huge mess, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
We've got buttered monkey bread balls, and we're going to throw them in some cinnamon sugar.
They're like everywhere.
Now, the fat from the butter is a good thing, because what that's going to do is help you
Sticky.
it's going to help them actually separate, so it's more like, the idea of monkey bread is that it's a pull-apart bread. So when it's done, you can just pull off a little ball and you can eat the ball, which is fantastic. So the butter gives it that layer of fat between the different pieces of biscuit and will allow them to fall apart when you're done with it. Ooh, we don't want to put them in there yet. My mistake. So
That will be later.
that will be later.
Whispering.
I just did.
This is everywhere. I can't even roll them. They're so stuck to my hands.
But I'm usually so clean, right, at home? I'm always
Oh,
clean.
definitely.
Your dad's like the cleanest worker ever.
Kitchen is a mess when you're done.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell people that on TV.
Yeah, well.
They might get the wrong idea and think that my kitchen's a mess.
Only sometimes.
So, are you married with kids?
No.
You're 25. I'm trying to figure out where.
Oh, no.
Obviously, you're not now.
No,
You better not be.
I'm not married at 25. I don't have kids.
You're not married and don't have kids at 25.
No.
How about a pet? You have a dog, cat?
A pug. Or a husky.
So a dog.
Yes. Or a guinea pig.
You had a guinea pig, remember?
Yeah. Another one.
Yeah. That'll be good, because we're not getting another guinea pig in our house. So it'll be
Well-
good that you wait till you're 25 and moved out. All right, that's enough for now, because we're just getting this together. Why don't we take a minute to clean up so we don't look like slobs?
We already do.
All right, so now that we're cleaned up, we can start working on the sauce. Have you made this before?
I have.
Awesome, so you can show me how to make this.
Okay.
We'll get the heat on. We have a half a stick of butter in there, right?
Yes.
You'll probably need this. Don't burn yourself.
I will try.
So, do you remember the first time you were in the kitchen with me? And your mom. Obviously, I'm not in there by myself usually. I mean, sometimes I am, but
Remember making eggs when I was very little.
eggs.
Yes.
Okay, so probably before you made eggs, because we didn't let you get to the stove quite so early. I'm going to say you were probably 2. I'm going to say when you
making
started
eggs, like
helping.
helping.
in the kitchen. Do you remember any of those days? Probably
No,
not.
really.
Okay.
I remember when I was 2.
You do remember when you were 2?
No, I said no.
Oh,
No.
of course you don't remember when you were 2.
That's okay.
Ridiculous, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to say you were probably about 2 when you started helping out. You would help measure stuff. It was all baking stuff at that point because that's the
What
safest
you guys
thing for a
do.
2-year-old to
Oh,
do,
well.
for one. And then, like you said, you did make eggs. I remember you made eggs. You know what I remember the most?
No.
You came back from a cooking camp
Oh yeah, I took a cooking camp when I was 9.
when you were 9. You took a cooking camp, and we're going to add a cup of brown sugar in here.
Break
And
that
I
up.
just kind of, I was like, well, whatever. It's took a cooking camp. It was summer camp, and it was
fun.
It was fun,
great.
right? I didn't really think anything of it. And I don't know. A week or 2 later, you're like, I want to make breakfast.
Really?
I was like, okay. You're like, yeah, we made waffles, and I have my
yeah.
own waffle batter.
Oh, I remember that
Right.
because we'd always used your waffle recipe, and I was
And I was like,
happy
why
I
would you
had
want
my
to?
own.
Exactly. Why would you want to make a different waffle recipe? My waffle recipe is awesome.
Because it was mine.
I didn't understand it. I'm not going to lie. Now, I like to add a couple tablespoons of water in here. Careful. And that's the reason. So what happens is that the water
That was terrifying.
has to boil out before the sugar will burn. So by adding a little bit of water, you have less chance of burning the sugar. And that's a good thing. So yeah, so you bring home this recipe for the waffles, and you start making the waffles, right?
And we're gonna add some cinnamon.
We add some cinnamon. Look at you. You're like a natural.
Got this.
And again, I didn't understand why you would want a different, like I had the perfect waffle recipe. Why would you want to
But-
mess with it?
Because I thought mine was better.
And I was like, whatever. So she makes the waffle recipe, and it was delicious. Like it actually kind of blew my mind. Like I had to rethink that maybe my daughter can actually, teach me a thing or two in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got this beautiful, lovely sugary sauce. We can turn this off, and we can actually start
Pour
putting
it
our stuff
in.
together. Woohoo!
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and pour some on the bottom. And it's kind of like a sticky bun. Like you put a little bit on the bottom, and then we're going to put the
Balls.
sugary,
Oh, they're very soft.
yeah.
It's okay.
And you literally just pile them in however you want, just evenly around there. Whoa.
Oh. It's okay.
It's-
As long as they get in there.
Right. That's the beauty of this, is it doesn't even have to look that great. We're going to throw a little extra sugar just for fun.
Perfect. I'm in.
And like you'll see this, right? It doesn't look like it's that high. These biscuits rise up quite a bit. When it's done, it's going to be up near the top. So you're going to have a full thing when you're done with this. And you're going to take the rest of this lovely sauce that we've made and pour that over the top because you don't really want to waste any of that.
It's going through the hole.
Did I miss?
Yes.
I was trying to pay attention to getting it out of here, so I kind of
Well,
missed. It happens. It happens
It's-
to the
it's
best
in
of
there.
us.
It looks
Exactly.
good.
There'll just be a mess on the table later. And then we're going to stick this in the oven about 350 degrees for like 45 minutes or so.
Until it's done.
Right. It's funny that you say that because I say that to everybody. Till it's done. I don't really have a time. Till it's done.
do it
I
till
don't
it's
use a
done.
timer till it's done. So it would be great that my daughter actually picks up on that and says the same thing. All right, so I've got here a pan
Okay.
with some paper in case it oozes when I pull it out. It doesn't make a mess of the whole table because hopefully it's super oozy. But I think it's ready, so we're going to go ahead and pull that out. Did you want to pull it out?
I really don't.
Yeah. That's something else that maybe is a funny little thing about my daughter here. Being the daughter of a baker, she's terrified of ovens.
I'm not terrified.
Just barely scared.
Just afraid.
So let's see if this works.
Oh.
We lost a
we
little
lost
bit. That happens
We-
sometimes.
We lost like the whole topping.
All right.
But it's there.
It's still delicious, right? Look at that. Even professionals like me sometimes lose the top.
The whole top came off. It's okay.
It happens. So we can't eat it right away anyways because it's like a lot of times I'll eat stuff and it'll be really hot and I'll burn myself. But this is sugar. We're talking like 300 degrees. We're talking caramelized sugar here. You would literally, and it doesn't go anywhere. If we tried to eat it right now, you'd
Yeah.
literally have blisters on your tongue that would form almost immediately. So we're going to let that sit a second while it cools so we
Okay.
don't hurt each other. So cooking wise, right? Have you ever thought about being a chef? You know, like your old man?
When I was like 4.
So you lost it that quick?
Yeah.
That'll happen. That's actually probably a good thing. 'Cause, I mean, not that this isn't a fantastic life. I love cooking. I don't want to get you wrong, but you always want your children to do better than you, right? So you think that
By not doing cooking.
by not doing whatever it is you do. I mean, that's the same. My dad, he had a great job, worked for the IRS, but he didn't want me to work for the IRS. Like, he wanted me to do better because, you know, you do the same job all the time and you kind
Yeah.
of move on. And do you think it's cool enough?
The cake? Probably not.
So then we're going in.
Okay.
So this is pretty cool. Like, you can see, do you see how it kind of just, little balls just kind of
Sure.
fall off? That's exactly what you want. Holy cow, it's hot.
I
Told you it was hot. I don't know why you told me to go in there so soon.
What do you want to do?
Well, what do you want to do if you don't want to cook?
Well, for the past about year, I've been thinking about going into like filming, production, editing.
Oh. Thought of any schools you're going to? Because I hear that Temple University has a fantastic productions class. They have a whole like college dedicated to this kind of stuff. So maybe you'll be a Temple alum someday.
I might. I don't know.
All right, you in?
Sure. Maybe not.
No. Just be careful. Just don't burn yourself. Let me know if this homemade biscuit's any good, right? Cheers.
It's really hot.
I warn you. How much hotter it would have been a few minutes ago.
Like 1.
So do you like it?
It's good. It's soft. My piece is crunchy. It's very hot.
Excellent. So there you go, kids. That's the review. Good, hot, crunchy, very hot.
Yeah.
So thank you for stopping by. This is awesome. I'd like to thank my special guest, Melody, for joining us here today on Baker Dave Presents. I think it might be a little cooler now if you want to try another piece.
Okay.
Maybe you won't burn yourself quite so much. See, that just fell off there. It's beautiful, wasn't it? So, what did you think of your TV experience here at Temple University?
It was good. And
Would
we
you-
made monkey bread. That was fun.
Bonus, right? So join us again next time with Baker Dave Presents. And remember,
Every recipe has a story.